This month of the How's All That Workin' For You podcast is sponsored by J. Brooks Coffee Roasters in Memphis, Tennessee. Urban Joe is the house favorite at J. Brooks for cold brew coffee. The legendary flavor of Urban Joe will ignite your taste buds with captivating shades of cocoa and cream. With a pleasantly balanced, bold body, the dark roast lover will fall head over heels for this roast. Cold brew is very quick and simple to make. It contains 2/3 less acids than hot brew coffee, so it's a perfect choice for anyone who has reflux or needs a stomach-friendly option for coffee. And if you make cold brew at home, you can make both cold and hot coffee with your solution. Everyone loves an adventure story. Make your day an epic adventure with a steaming cup or cold brew of Urban Joe. To order this signature blend for yourself and learn more about J. Brooks Coffee, click the link in the show notes or visit jbrookscoffeeroasters.com. That's the letter J, brookscoffeeroasters.com. You are officially invited to create some breathing room. This is the absolute best podcast to find the strategies, resources, and motivation you need to stop drowning in overwhelm, break free from hustle culture, and live out your God-given purpose. I'm your host, Rachel Baker, and girl, I've been there, done that. It is my God-given purpose to help you find space for an intentional life so you can confidently live in those strengths, skills, and passions that light you up and serve others. I know you are ready to create some breathing room, so let's do it together. Hey, welcome to episode 21 of Create Some Breathing Room. We are starting a new month, a new theme, and I am so excited for all that is coming this month. We are going to talk about overwhelm, which not a new topic in this space, but I want to come at it from a few different angles. We've got a couple of guest interviews headed your way covering different aspects of this. And today I really want to focus on some tips to keep going and never give up when we are feeling overwhelmed. So a little background for you. Once upon a time, in what feels like another life, I produced videos for a YouTube channel that I created for online teachers. In February of 2020, I felt called to create a video that shared encouragement and practical tips for people who were really struggling to keep going through difficult and overwhelming times. It's something that's very near and dear to my heart, and I just felt called to create a video for my YouTube channel around that topic. And after the release of that video, the world exploded, and I was then asked to speak at 2 virtual meetups for the online teaching company I worked with. Because honestly, we were all searching for something positive to hold on to. We never imagined our daily vocabulary would include words like worldwide pandemic or quarantine. And it was really difficult to feel motivated when you kept the same pajamas on for 3 or 4 or 5 days. No one was judging. It was just life, right? But we had wonderful conversations in those meetings, and people were able to share the things that were helping them to stay positive and keep going each day through such a difficult time. So for today's episode, I want to share with you my top 5 tips to keep going and never give up. And a lot of them come from that video and that season. So sharing them here with you today. So the very first thing is just keep getting up. If you accomplish this each day, you have already succeeded. Just getting up, getting yourself out of the bed. It doesn't have to be going and doing a lot. There's nothing else added to this. There's no keep getting up and that's it. Just get up. That's winning. Okay. So that's it. That's the first one. The second one is to reach out. And I just want to acknowledge right off, this is a brave thing to do. But I know you can muster up the courage to connect with somebody when you are struggling. You can contact family, a friend, a local church, possibly a counselor, or if there's a support group in your area, especially now that the whole world has had to live the virtual connection life. There are just so many options to connect with other people. Telehealth really wasn't much of a thing before we all went in through the pandemic. And now it's everywhere. You can do telehealth and reach out to somebody through your computer. Reach out when you need it. The third one, gratitude, is huge when you are feeling overwhelmed and drowning, and it's scriptural, right? So there is the verse in Philippians, and it says, in everything, with thanksgiving, we present our request to God. And so that piece of thanksgiving, that heart of gratitude, it's been scientifically proven that expressing and identifying things you are grateful for, it does wonders for your mind and your heart and your spirit. So it's simple. Focusing on the good helps overcome the bad, right? And this can be an app that you download on your phone. This can be a cheap notebook that you grab at the dollar store, or you can get a book that's created and designed specifically to help focus your thoughts on what you're grateful for. They have gratitude journals out there. So do whatever works for you. I have a few of my favorites that I have come across over the years, and I'll link those in the show notes. Just if you need a place to start, if you want to see what's out there, you can check those out. But this can be as simple as a piece of paper in your house, grab a pencil, and write down the things you're thankful for. It doesn't have to be complex, or use the notes app on your phone, right? Don't make it hard. But if you need a pretty book or journal, do the thing. That's the third one, gratitude journal. Hey, it's Rachel, your go-to encourager and coach. I know you love our podcast talks, but imagine taking that connection to the next level in person. I'm more than a clarity coach. I'm someone who's been in the trenches, juggling all the things. I get it. I've danced with chaos, overloaded schedules, and the struggle to prioritize self-care. But I found the rhythm, and I've got the strategies to help your ladies create some breathing room. So if you're organizing an event, whether it's a conference, church gathering, or retreat, and you want a speaker who brings humor, real talk, and a dose of inspiration, I'm your girl. Let's chat about making your event a memorable one. Visit racheldbaker.com/speaking. That's racheldbaker.com/speaking. I can't wait to connect. The fourth thing out of our 5 is to read and or listen to life-giving words. And this, I think, is huge. Whether it's a book or a podcast, or maybe it's a music playlist of your favorite songs, you've got to fill your brain with words that lift you up, with words that speak life into your day. I've got several favorites to share on this. I'm linking them all in the show notes. A few of my favorites, I love Holly Girth. We spoke with her back in episode 9. She's got a lot of fantastic books that speak life into you, who you are, your identity in Christ, all those things. So I'm going to link a few of her things. Another one, just a voice of compassion, is How to Keep House While Drowning by Casey Davis. And I'll link that one. But this is one, especially if you're feeling overwhelmed and just need to keep going. There is a hardback book, but also an audiobook, and it's just a good, gentle, compassionate voice to feed your soul. So obviously, I'm a big fan of reading the Bible, listening to the Bible, listening to Christian songs. Those are words of life that are going to feed your spirit. Whatever of those I just mentioned, find something that fits, that sits well with you, that you know is going to feed your soul and give you life and lift you up a little bit. So, fourth one, read and or listen to life-giving words. And my last one, tip number 5, list 5 positive things about you. And I mean that. That's right. I want you to brag on yourself. This is hard for a lot of people. I get that. Been there. But God created you with strengths and skills that are specific to who you are. And they are worth remembering and celebrating, even if you only do this once a week. it's gonna lift your spirit just to remember who you are, who God created you to be, the good things in you that bless others. That's a gift. List them out. 5 positive things about yourself. You can do it. If you struggle to come up with them, phone a friend. I guarantee somebody else can tell you how amazing you are. Okay? So I'm going to go back over very quickly the 5 tips to keep going, never give up. Number 1, just keep getting up. Full stop. That's it. Number 2, reach out. It's easier than ever. Reach out to somebody. Number 3, a gratitude journal. As easy or complex as you want to make it, write down the things you're thankful for. Number 4, read and or listen to life-giving words. And number 5, list out 5 positive things about you. Brag on yourself. So those are just a few suggestions that have helped me through the really hard times. And they are things that I recommend with my coaching clients when we are working together through difficult times. I'm always looking for new resources and tools, though. I would love to hear from you. What helps you keep going when life gets hard? This is the type of thing we share about and discuss in our private podcast community. And we would love to have you join us in there. If you're not already in there, the link for that is in the show notes. And you can also find us by searching for the Create Some Breathing Room podcast community over on Facebook. We would love to have you in there. And I'd love to know what helps you to keep going when life gets hard. Come over and share it with us. Thanks so much for listening today. Be sure to check the show notes to get links for all the resources mentioned in this episode. As always, your reviews make such a difference, so thank you for taking the time to leave those for us. Your ratings and thoughts mean so much. I love reading each and every one. As we wrap up today, please remember, life can feel crazy and overwhelming sometimes, but you will never regret taking the time to create some breathing room.